Next, we have the session System Thinking and Policy Planning for SDG12 by Mr. Patrick Leonard. Yes, Mr. Patrick Leonard is the Director of Innovation at Anything Works. He is an engineer and an advocate for device-based assistance for human progression. He believes when it comes to plastic waste and generation of clean energy, not enough device-based solutions are being pursued. He is the Director of Mega Micro Electric Generation Association and past director SPIL, that is Sustainable Projects Ireland Limited. He is currently involved in delivering inexpensive, robust, and scalable solutions to generate hydrogen-derived electricity. Such solutions are device-based and serves humanity at local level, easing the burden of what is for many day-to-day survival. Thank you so much for joining us in the summit, Mr. Patrick. Over to you for your session, System Thinking and Policy Planning for SDG 12.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me, and I'll get straight to it. So the organization is called the Anything Works, and really we are about, as it was pointed out, device-based change. Now, the device is what I guess interfaces with the source of renewable energy, if it's a wave or if it's a wind or if it's the sun. So where we are starting from is, and I think that we have parallels with the Sustainable Development Goal 12, is that we want a clean environment. So that's our fundamental starting block. So many programs and ways to clean our environment and give us clean energy. So there's a lot of effort put into gaining clean energy. However, there is something interesting to point out here. The top picture here shows a picture of a lathe. It's a machine for turning metal. And the picture below shows, particularly with Britain and the US in the last number of 100 years, how fast the wealth has grown and how fast the wealth has grown throughout the world. And this is primarily due, some people think, to the invention of this machine. So what I'm getting at is that, you know, the machine is as important to this effort to provide clean energy and to clean up this, you know, all this waste plastic. So a device modifies conditions to favor purpose. So whatever that purpose is, wind turbine, for instance, captures wind energy. A wing creates lift. Devices embody and automate purpose. So our purpose is about improving our environment. I know that the increase in wealth won't take care of everything, but it will take care of some things. So the next one. So this is some of the projects that we've been involved in over the years. So we got involved with industrial design and sculpture. We got involved in an eco-village. We were working from a place called Archway Studios in Dublin. We did one kinetic sculpture, and we also did a very idealistic project. It was a liquid-propelled rocket in 1996. We have not quite reached where Elon Musk has reached, but we certainly did try. So the next slide then is, right, the main inspiration that we have was the Bauhaus idea. This started out in Germany in 1919 to 1933, and essentially our view is they simplified everything. They created very simplified furniture, very simplified buildings, and they redefined design in a very fundamental way. And this has always been a massive inspiration to me. Also a quote from Buckminster Fuller. There is no energy crisis or food crisis or environmental crisis. There is only a crisis of ignorance. Now, I am partaking in that because, as I say, I have participated in creating waste. I have participated in burning fuel. I have participated in, buying unnecessary plastic. So, I mean, I'm not, this is not pointing the finger. It's just saying that we do have a problem. So in an atmosphere of over complex funding, selling the same and similar, we seek not only to transform the device, but also open up more routes for faster device iteration and adoption. Now, we have a problem with these Vulture Funds. These are VCs. So this is the Vulture, and this is the end result. There's a mindless attitude towards waste and towards waste disposal. And sadly, things can go this way very quickly. Now, to the Sustainable Development Goals. So Sustainable Development Goal 12 is about responsible consumption and production. This is one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals established by the United Nations in 2015. The official wording is to ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Now, that's very important, and also the devices tie in very well with this goal here. Now, the small and medium, the micro, small, medium enterprise. So how do we bring this to bear on our activities? Well, a device created, evaluated, and commercialized. It sounds very simple. We're getting into things like wind turbines and devices for consuming waste plastic, turning it into energy. So if device creation is so simple, why are we swimming in our own mess? So, you know, a lot of waste is being exported. There's a lot of illegal dumping of waste throughout the world. It's not just everywhere in the world has this problem. And the small and medium-sized enterprise can deliver multiple devices and adaptations quickly and cheaply. So we're in a position where we can innovate very, very efficiently, far more efficiently than larger organizations. And we can deliver products that would be useful for transforming our environment. Now, so the automated function set. So this is where we are primarily focused. So we're in wind capture. We get a lot of wind here in Ireland. Plastic reduction, make plastic disappear. So a lot of the plastic here is being exported. I think this is completely not right, and it really has to change. Hydrogen generation and storage, steam and gas turbines, and we have an EPCM, engineer, procure, construct platform that makes the engineering process more efficient. And then we have the house energy refit module. So this upgrades houses faster. And then we have a utility electric vehicle and solar melting and refining. So what we're experimenting with here is that we want to experiment with using the power of the sun to melt things like iron and process iron without having to use all this coal and coke. It is very experimental, but it would be something worthwhile if it did work. And then skid-mounted agri-energy modules. So there's some places in the world, including here, that would prefer to have an energy module and a way of producing food quickly and less expensively. For instance, Israel and the Netherlands produce 10 times more food per acre than anywhere else in the world. It's something to consider. So the device is created and acts on the environment. This is terribly simple, but what we can see from the pictures here is there has been a large amount of misuse of materials, and we have to try and change that. I think at the interface between what we want and what there is, the device or the machine is what is going to do the dirty work, shall we say. So we're creating conditions for renewable energy capture, clean processing of toxic materials, delivery of green hydrogen, efficient and automated work methods. That there's a lot of research to be had in this area, and then refining metals cleanly, and then growing food, water treatment and energy storage, home fuel efficiency and waste processing, and key maintenance function utility vehicle. Again, these are quite specific to projects. Again, I'm not being general. I'm being quite specific to what we're doing and to where we're tying into the Sustainable Development Goal 12 as a small and medium-sized enterprise. So device-based growth. So a device automates intent. So if it's our intent to, say, reduce fuel consumption on a ship, we can see a kite here that's being used on a ship. You know, that's quite new. There's nothing new about a kite, though. And then we have various ways of extracting energy from the wind using wind turbines, and how these wind turbines are deployed. Now, again, I say, like, wind appeals to us. We get a lot of wind where we are. So we want to reduce the need for human involvement in dangerous processes. We want to always this allows communities to evolve new abilities and develop skills. So if we can automate part of our recycling processes and part of our waste management processes, we can use this spare time to do other things and develop other skills. And then it enhances a sense of empowerment and responsibility. If we locally process these things, it gives people a sense of empowerment and participation in this new way of moving towards these sustainable development goals, which are very agreeable. So again, this is just a bit more about the importance of the device and a little bit of physics involved. And it really, what we want to say is we want to invent, make, show, evolve, and sell. So this is about participating in the economy and improving all of our lives through the use of devices. It is a little bit idealistic. It is general, but as I said, this is where we interface with the Sustainable Development Goals. And last but not least, that's my contact details there, and that's just our picture for the Anything Works itself. So that's all I have to say, really, and thank you very much for allowing me to present here. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick, for that inspiring session, since we are already